So in this video, we are going to be looking at the judicial powers of the president. So first we'll look at Article 143. We have already mentioned Article 143 before. Now we'll look at it in detail. So if at any time it appears to the president that a question of law or fact has arisen or is likely to arise, which is of such a nature and of such public importance that it is expedient to obtain the opinion of the Supreme Court upon it, then he may refer that question to the Supreme Court for consideration, and the court may, after hearing such a report, if it thinks fit, report to the president its opinion thereon. So this is the first part of Article 143. So what does this mean? This means that if the president has a doubt upon some law or some constitutional article, then he can ask the Supreme Court for its opinion. The Supreme Court can look at this law or article of the Constitution, ponder, and then it can get back to the president. So this is what the first part of Article 143 says. So Article 143 empowers the president to consult the Supreme Court on any matter of law, and the Supreme Court can consider this question of law and get back to the president. It is not binding on the Supreme Court to give its opinion to the president. Also, under other powers, under other judicial powers, we have already seen that the president appoints the judges of the Supreme Court and High Court, including the Chief Justice of India, the Chief Justices of the High Courts, and other puisne judges of the Supreme Court and other judges of the High Court. So all of these people are appointed by the president. So it is also the president who dismisses the judges of the Supreme Court and High Court if and only if the two houses of parliament pass such resolutions by a special majority. You will be looking at the dismissal of judges in great detail as we study about it later on in the course. So remember that it is the president who appoints these judges and it is the president who dismisses these judges. However, the removal of judges has to come through the parliament. Okay, they have to vote on it. Only then the judges can be removed by the president. Also, we saw that it is the Attorney General is also appointed by the President of India. So the Attorney General is the chief advocate of the Union government. So he is the lawyer to the Union government. That is, he is the chief advocate of the Union government. The Attorney General represents the Union government in all the cases in which the Union government is involved, and he is appointed by the president under Article 76. So the Attorney General represents the Union government in all the cases in which the Union government is involved. The president appoints the Attorney General through Article 76. The Attorney General holds the office during the pleasure of the president. That is, he is dismissed by the president. Also, under Article 88, the president can ask the Attorney General to attend parliamentary proceedings and report to him of any unlawful functioning. So this is also a fantastic power where the Attorney General is allowed to attend parliamentary proceedings. This means he can either go to the Rajya Sabha or Lok Sabha. That is, the president can send the Attorney General either to the Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, and then he can ask the Attorney General to report to him of any unlawful functioning. In a way, so the Attorney General acts as an agent of the president. Again, under Article 143, we saw that the president has the power to consult the Supreme Court on any matter of law. So we'll look at the power of the president to grant pardons in the next video. Thank you.